Are you someone who is trying to make a transition towards data science, but it's not happening due to some or other reason? So let me ask you a question. What do you think is the biggest problem with your resume, or you are not getting interview calls, or something or other that is happening, which is the biggest hindrance for you in making a transition toward data science? You can write your answer in comment. However, from my experience, what I think is there are three main things which will drive your journey from some other field to data science. What are these three things? One is knowledge, so you should know what is data science from knowledge point of view. Second is projects, so you should have done one or two projects in data science. And third is presentation, how do you present yourself for the interview or for the new opportunities. All these three things we will discuss in detail based on my experience in this video. So just ensure to watch the video till end and you will gain the very nice insights about how do you make a smooth transition towards data science. Welcome to Unfold Data Science. My name is Aman and I am a data scientist. Let's start the discussion. So what are the three things I discussed, guys? One is knowledge. Okay, so knowledge is something which all of us know. I mean, we know that this is one thing that we should have, so we are learning it, we are putting efforts. Second is projects. Projects is something which many people are asking in my live, and I get many questions. What projects should I put in my resume? Where from I should get the projects? How do I think about a new project, right? What projects will make more sense for my profile? What projects will impact the recruiter, right? So many questions around project. And third is you should know how to present your profile, right? So in this video I am going to explain you in detail. The very first thing is how do you put the right project in your resume. Okay, so what is project and why I am putting so much focus on project in this video? So projects help you in two ways, guys. One is, suppose you are a data scientist. Okay, let's say you get selected in a company, then you are working with a freelance project, and then people ask you, this is my business, you are a data scientist, so tell me what data science use cases you can implement on my business, right? That is one way of looking at it. If you are a data scientist like me, when I talk to a business, then I need to understand their business and suggest them these are the data science use cases you can implement in your business. Okay, that is one aspect of it. Other aspect of it for you guys who is trying to make a transition toward data sciences, first of all you need a project to put in the resume, right? So what project makes more sense for you? For this reason I am going to give you an overall idea of how do you think about a new project. Okay, what project will make more sense for you? So first of all you have to understand that when I talk of a project, I give you the freelance example. The very first thing is I should know the business, right? So for example, if I am helping Make My Trip, let us say for example I talk to Make My Trip as a company, and what these guys do, these guys are a platform for flight tickets booking, hotel booking, those kind of thing, right? So if I am a freelancer for Make My Trip, then first thing is I should understand Make My Trip business, right? That is the step number one. So why I am putting so much focus on this point is, many of you are working in some or other company in something or other thing, right? For example, some of you may be in HR, some of you might be working on SAP systems, some of you might be an application developer in Java, .NET, these kind of things, right? At least you have some understanding of some business or some data. Okay, now let us break it one point down. Now you have some understanding of, let us take an example of a HR person. So as an HR, you have some understanding of employee data, right, in your company. Let us say you work in the employee attrition or employee exit data, those kind of thing. You have some understanding of that data, right? What is this column talking? What is that column talking? What is the meaning of date of joining? What is the meaning of length of stay? What is the meaning of different parameters? These things you know, right? Similarly, if you are working in an application, right? So let us say there is an internet banking application. So you are a Java developer, you work in that application. So at least you know this is internet banking, this part is worked for whatever part you are working on. This part is works for NEFT transactions. So Aman as a customer, what is his or her frequency of NEFT transaction, how many times he is doing the transaction, what is the transaction volume, some understanding of the data you have or some understanding of the business you have. Okay, that is the first point to start thinking. Okay, next is, once I have the understanding of how a particular business is running, so in my case I understand how Make My Trip runs. Okay, so in Make My Trip app there are many things, right? There is flight booking, hotel booking, there is a virtual chatbot agent which chats to the people or which answers your queries, there can be a feedback mechanism, there can be a customer satisfaction survey, many things can be there. Now comes what all I have learned from the knowledge part. So for knowledge part, I have created many videos, so many people are creating many videos, right? So there is no problem in knowing what all are possible in different subject areas. For example, if I talk about customer satisfaction survey, in customer satisfaction or customer feedback, there can be many analysis. For example, feedback analysis, right? So if I am not happy with Make My Trip, I go and write something on their website, some comments, right? That comment can be analyzed, that comment can be used for the prediction. These kind of use cases are possible. Similarly, if it's a, let us say, internet banking application, so what you have to think through is, this is the data, this is the business, what use case can come out from this business? So let me give you some more examples. I gave you the HR example, right? So there is an HR person, he or she understands the employee data, employee exit data, absentee analysis can be done, exit data analysis can be done, attrition analysis can be done, retention analysis can be done, many different types of analytics use cases can be done on top of one subject area of which you have the understanding. Similarly, if you are working in, let's say, Make My Trip mobile app, you can build a chatbot for them. If chatbot is not there, if chatbot is there, you can improve that chatbot. So I'm giving you an idea of how do you think about what all kinds of projects are possible in different use cases. Okay, once you are at this stage that you are able to think that this is the feasible thing that I can do, this is the feasible first. So let's go back to step 0 again. First is understanding business, second is understanding data, third is trying to figure out a use case. This is applicable to both when you are talking to your business or you are thinking about putting a use case in your resume, both cases. Once you decide that this is the project which makes sense, which can be done on this data, what next? You need the right data. Where from you get the right data? If you are working in some organization, some company, obviously you have access to some data. With proper guidance and with proper approval, you can of course get the data to work on, right? This is something you will do apart from your day-to-day job. Once you get the right data and you have the right knowledge, then obviously you will be able to deduce some good insights from that data. That is one part of it. Other part of it is, in any data science project, the discussion with the business will involve all these things that I am discussing right now. Okay, so you need to have the right data, you need to ask for the data. How do you ask for the data? For example, in retail scenario, if you have to do a customer segmentation analysis, so retail customer will ask what kind of data you need for doing a customer segmentation analysis. You can say, I need customers purchase history, I need customers historical behavior, I need customer social media data if you have. These are the different data that you will look forward to get. Similarly, in your organization or wherever you have access to data, you will try to find out what kind of data you can have. Once you have the data, you have the knowledge, you can obviously do some project and implement your knowledge in that project. Next comes, how do you present it, right? So presenting it is little tricky here. Okay, so if you are working in an organization, you should always try to move to the analytics unit of the organization if it's there. Okay, so there are many organizations where there is a separate data science or analytics unit. You should try to make a move to that unit. Now, why that unit people will take you? They will take you based on what all we discussed till now. They will take you based on what use cases you suggested to your manager. They will take you based on your knowledge. They will take you based on your understanding of the subject areas. So you can move to the data science unit of your organization. This movement will be a smooth movement. If it is not possible, let us say in your organization there is no data science unit at all, then obviously you have to look out. When you look out also, these use cases and these projects is something that you can represent very well in an interview. Why I am telling you this is, suppose I have never seen how social media data looks like. I have never worked on social media data. Obviously in the interview I will not be able to talk about social media data, right? But what I am saying here to you, I am saying here to you, pick the data which is around you whole day if you are working, right? Pick the data which you understand and try to derive a use case from that data. Do that use case and present that to someone. What will happen? You will talk very confidently, because if there are some questions from around that data, about data capturing, about data lake, about big data platforms, about anything around that data, right? Probably you will be able to answer. If there are some domain specific questions, probably you will be able to answer. So that is how you work on a project based on data, what is around you, and then present it in a very nice way. I am giving you link for a couple of videos here in the I button in the description as well. I'll give. Just go through that video and see how do you present your data science output to someone. Okay, that is the presentation part. I spoke about the knowledge part. Knowledge is everywhere in my channel, in the others channel as well, you can get it. And then the important thing what I focused more on this video is how do you create or think about a data science project. Now I understand that this might not be feasible for some of the people who are watching who are students, right? Who do not have access to any such industry data, who do not know how to get the exposure to the right data. So for them I have created a video, the link you can see right here, where you can go ahead and get the right data for different kind of use cases. It might not be very much industry standard, but it will do the job for you. If you want me to create a detailed video on how to think about the right project if you are a student, right, then write me in comment and I'll create a separate video for you as well. So I hope this video was useful, guys, and it gave you some idea, some thought process. My objective was to develop a thought process. How do you think about creating a data science project? Write me in comments what question you have. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, stay safe and take care.